Hello guys, just Goran here and welcome back to building the Beekse Bergen. And today we are going to be doing exactly what we said in the last episode. In the last episode we worked on a couple of areas around the entrance and we kind of left off in this sort of area. And we didn't quite have the time to start on the aviary, but I have already made a little bit of progress. Getting the shape right, getting the pathing around it right, and getting this enrichment thing in here. And we are putting in a couple of animals as we speak. So it is flamingos. It's another aviary of flamingos, which is not my favorite choice. But yeah, this is a wetland aviary. So I think the choice of flamingos is pretty good. Also the fact that the flamingo enrichment item fits perfectly in the context. As you can see over here, we have these kind of, they kind of look like flamingos, right? But yeah, we've got this little pond over here, which looks a lot like that enrichment item. So yeah, I thought why not do that, because we haven't actually been able to properly use this in the flamingo habitat. Right then, I should probably address the fact that there hasn't been a Beekse Bergen video in almost a month. As of recording this, it's been like 3 to 4 weeks. I'm not actually keeping track that well. There has been the video of the aviary blueprint, which I've seen some people get some really nice use out of. If you don't know Iben, who is making the Taramachi Zoo, I'll put a link to that in the description. He's used the blueprint to some really great effect, and yeah, it's really awesome to kind of see that thing in other people's projects. Much like how I thought it was really cool to see the Pelosa Zoo people use my binoculars in their safari habitat. That was also really awesome. But yeah, where have I been in all of this time? Well, I'll put it bluntly, I've been super busy with school and other stuff, and overall I was just really stressed, and I noticed while playing Planet Zoo I wasn't enjoying myself. I wasn't happy with the things I was building, which actually kind of includes what you see on screen right now. Like the aviary stuff went fine because there isn't a lot going into that, it's just a lot of work basically, but there's a little building next to it that while I was building it, I just wasn't happy with it. It looks fine now that I look back on it, but yeah, when I'm not enjoying myself like that, I better just take a break. So that's what I did. I played some other games, mainly Polybridge, some GTA, just to relax, not really playing it much. And yeah, I worked on school a lot because it is the end of the semester. Actually, as of recording this right now, I have a deadline in half an hour, which luckily I completed like 4 hours ago, otherwise I wouldn't be recording this right now. And the footage you're watching has actually been recorded like the day or a day or two after the previous episode came out. So yeah, today after handing in that assignment, I felt very relieved. I started up Planet Zoo again, and I really enjoyed myself again, which was great. I continued working on the aviary, which we'll get into in a little bit, and I'm really happy with what I did, so that's good. That kind of confirms that what I did was the right decision, to just not burn myself out even more by forcing myself to play Planet Zoo just for a YouTube channel that doesn't even get that many views. I mean, we have been growing and I'm super grateful, but yeah, it's definitely not a top priority or anything, which I'm sure you guys will understand. So yeah, if you were curious, past month I've just been playing some other games, focusing on school. Actually the past few days I visited my girlfriend, and I finished my report there, kind of a different environment, which really helps kind of focus, I guess, which was nice. And yeah, now things are starting to get rounded up, so I'm gonna have some more spare time and a lot less stress. So hopefully I'll be able to relax some more and play some Planet Zoo. So that was just a nice little chat. Good to catch up always. Since this is basically the first video I'm making after my previous one, and we're having this kind of nice chat anyway. I want to thank everyone for your birthday wishes on the last video, even though it's been like a month. It was appreciated. My birthday was great. It was nice seeing my family and stuff, which I don't always get to see that often, especially in these times. So yeah, that's that. Not really much else to say. I'll see you in a little bit, and we will be continuing the work on this little aviary area. Alright, so I just recorded 2 clips kind of showing off the progress I've been making, and I realized my microphone was turned off. So here we are, kind of viewing the almost finished aviary, and yeah, there's actually quite a lot to get into. So the only thing that's pretty much left to do is some education signs and some foliage around the outside, but the habitat itself is pretty much done. So we've got these pretty cool storks nests on top, which are based on the one that we already had kind of over there-ish, but I made some new ones. I made them a lot smaller so they looked a bit better on these poles, and then I also updated the one over there with these kind of new designs. Because yeah, they're pretty nice. They're pretty small. They're pretty much to scale, and they've got all of this detail with the fine bits that look like little small twigs. And then down here we've got the Wetland Aviary with the flamingos that I chose to put in there. And over here is the viewing area, which is the most recent addition, which is the kind of building I was talking about. This is the first thing I built. Well, getting started again, and I'm pretty happy with it. So let's go inside, and you see we have first a door, then these little kind of plastic flaps that ended up looking pretty nicely this way. And yeah, from in here you can view the habitat, and there's all these cool little things, kind of branches that the birds can kind of sit on, because normally there's like a bunch of kind of wetland birds, but also many flying birds. And what's really cool is that I got a book about the zoo, and in there they actually talk a lot about kind of how the zoo is run and how some of the habitats are built up, how much food they spend, and stuff like that, which is really awesome. And I'll probably be covering more of that in future videos or streams. But what's really cool is that in these aviaries, pretty much all of them, they have kind of different feeding platforms for different types of birds, making sure that only certain types of bird can reach certain types of food. For example, for very small birds, they would make little boxes with small holes in them that the larger birds can get inside of, and for any bird that can fly, they'll make the feeding platforms more higher up, probably like they did over here, so that the birds that are only on the ground can't really reach it, but the birds that can fly can just fly up to the platforms. And that makes sure that all the birds get the food that they need and stuff like that, which is really cool. But yeah, we got a bunch of foliage. Sadly, the forage pool is not like the keeper can't reach it anymore because of all the stuff I placed around it, but I value that detail too much, so we'll just deal with the fact that they dumped the food on the ground. Now what also happened, I don't know if it's because of that or just in general, the flamingos were getting dehydrated. I would think that the forage pool would give them drink because, you know, it's filled with water, but yeah, they were getting dehydrated, maybe because they can't reach it. But what I ended up doing is I put a bunch of water bowls in the ground, and now they actually, occasionally you can see them peck at the ground, which is pretty cool. As well, yeah, for some reason the keeper is unable to use the keeper hut that's inside this building. And I also have a different bug regarding the keeper huts, which is that down here I have a keeper who is constantly trying to prepare food for the capuchin monkeys, but he is doing nothing and just stuck in a loop. I fired him. That did not end it. And yeah, even though I fired him, it still says that the keeper is being requested for this this habitat, but he's not. He is stuck in a loop, not doing anything. So now the monkeys are just starving. Of course, we have like welfare and death turned off, but it's still kind of frustrating because I get all these stupid notifications that everything's going wrong. So yeah, that's pretty annoying. But yeah. And now we've got an additional permanent notification of the forage pool on top of the notifications of the habitats being too small. So that's great. Those will never go away. But yeah, that's pretty much the habitat. Over here we've got that building I was talking about, where I wasn't really happy with at first, but I don't know, I kind of like it. It's fine. It's got pretty cool details. I've put this little glass panel over here, which makes it look like there's water sitting on top of the roof. And other than that, there's not that much special about it. Alright, so I went over to the back side of the elephant stall to start working on the Red River Hog exhibit as planned, and it happened again. I don't have enough reference pictures. I can hardly make out the entire shape of the exhibit, let alone what the viewing areas are exactly like and stuff like that. So all I could really make out was that I screwed up this sign. Apparently. There we go. You're supposed to be like that and have nothing on the back. But yeah, I wrote it down to check out my next visit, which hopefully is soon. I'm gonna try to reserve a spot in my calendar and at the zoo, because I think you still have to reserve a place due to the whole pandemic stuff. So yeah, it's on the list. So what I started working on instead is over here we have this little staff building, which is going to connect to the pelican habitat as well as this field. In fact, it already connects to the field. I had some temporary pathing around here before, but now there's this little staff path going to these keeper huts and the field over here, and there is this little path going to this kind of bench area and this vending machine, which has an ATM inside, so hopefully people will actually interact with that, which would be pretty nice. This vending machine is from the workshop. It is by Nicholas Lionrider. And there are actually supposed to be 2 vending machines over here, as well as some other things that just don't work out quite well because of the scale. These menus are a bit too big, and yeah, overall this building has to be scaled down quite a bit to fit in this area, which, yeah, it's definitely noticeable. I was struggling to get everything to fit properly. Alright, so here we are with some progress. If we just pan up, you'll be able to see that pretty much the buildings behind the little guest area are nearly finished. There's still some detailing to be done on them. Yeah, we've got this little staff building right behind it, which contains a staff room, and then we've got this bigger building which contains 2 keeper huts. They've made it so that this door is the entrance, and there's actually a path going through here so that they're accessible, but of course the inside is one big mess to make sure that the detailing on the outside looks nice. We've got these tiny little like circular roof window structures, which I made custom, which I think look pretty nice. They're not perfect. There's some things I would like to change about them, like the angling of this, but it just got too much work to get it exactly right, so I just did it kind of simple. On the other side we have this brick building, which has a pretty interesting shape, and this is actually kind of the indoor area of the pelicans. And what I'm planning to do with it is that this open one in particular has a path attached to it, which I'm going to lead through the building, which is still missing a little wooden structure over here. Then the exterior of this, pretty much this entire area, is going to have netting above it, like so. And yeah, I'm going to put the entrance to the habitat kind of past that little netting area. So the keeper will walk through the netting area and then enter the actual habitat over here, which I'm going to put some flamingos into. So here we have the final bit of progress. You can see a whole bunch of foliage has been added. It's pretty messy, especially around here, but I don't know. There's mainly just a lot of small bushes, which we just don't have. I might actually try to make some custom small bushes, like the ones that we did in the Aardvark exhibit, I just realized. Yeah, I think these ones would go very nicely there, actually. Size, oh no, they're actually also a lot bigger than I thought. I might be able to make smaller ones. So yeah, this may or may not be the final version of this, basically. So yeah, I've completed it pretty much up to this point over here, where we are going to have the pelican habitat. So that's for the next episode. And yeah, you can see the zookeepers and stuff entering here. Is he gonna enter? Oh no, please don't. Okay, they're ignoring the fact that these are two different paths. That's a shame. This one is gonna go into there though, yeah, because they're going to the staff room. No? Where are you going? What the hell? Then on the back of the building there are these two little sections of areas. One of them is kind of just, I don't know, I saw some like scrap and stuff being stacked against the wall here, junk lying around, so I put it there. But I think these are both like temporary holding pens for maybe sick or injured animals, or maybe if one of them is giving birth, they are put into these areas. One time I did actually peek over this fence, that's why I know there's like these two logs in there. Oh, seems that we have a tree that ended up in the wrong spot. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, one time I peeked over this fence and then I saw a little lonely, I'm not actually sure what their name is, Blessbok. A little lonely Blessbok was inside here, and yeah, he must have been injured or something, I don't know, or she, who knows. So yeah, that is this little area done. And I've also put down a bunch of foliage around the coast here, going up to the primate house, because this is also an area that needs to kind of be finished up. Put this pile over here, which I think it's like dung or fertilizer or something. So that's why I've used the soil mulch to give it that darker color. But yeah, so just a bit more detailing over here. Still some more needs to be done, but we'll get to that. We are slowly getting there. So with that, I'm going to end off the episode for now. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I might see you sooner because I'm considering, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm considering doing a live stream tonight. So that's today on Saturday. So you'll see that live stream appear if I end up doing that. If not, or if you can't make it, then I'll see you in the next episode. For now, goodbye, and see you soon.